I want you to imagine, if only for a moment, that the entire universe is listening to you. Not metaphorically, but literally. Imagine that every whisper of your intention, every quiet thought you rarely speak out loud, every belief you hold while lying awake at night, all of it is registered in a field of awareness so vast that it includes the bending of galaxies and the pulse of your own heartbeat. And within this magnificent field, there is one thing that changes everything you attract, everything you experience, and everything that flows toward you. One word. A word so simple, so ancient, so quietly woven into the fabric of consciousness that most people overlook it entirely. Yet it holds the power to accelerate the arrival of wealth, opportunity, and abundance, faster than any affirmation, any vision board, any method you've ever heard of. But before I tell you what that word is, I want to take you somewhere deeper, because to understand why a single word can change how money flows toward you, you must understand the strange relationship human beings have with desire. We want things, money, purpose, opportunity, recognition, stability, but we pursue them as though they live outside of us, as though they are distant, elusive creatures hiding somewhere in the bushes of life. We chase what we believe we lack, and in doing so, we reinforce the very state that pushes those things away. You see, life has a peculiar sense of humor. The moment you need something desperately, it walks a little further from you. It's as though the universe is gently teasing you into realizing that you cannot chase what you already are. Money, abundance, prosperity, they do not come because you beg for them. They come because you finally speak to the universe in a language it understands. And this is where the magic begins. When I say there is one word that speeds up the magnetic pull of wealth, I do not mean a magical incantation or a spell. I mean a word that changes the direction of your consciousness. A word that shifts your energy so powerfully that the field around you reorganizes itself. A word that, when spoken with awareness, alters your emotional frequency, pulls you out of scarcity, and places you into the vibration where abundance naturally flows toward you. A word that ancient mystics whispered, neuroscientists inadvertently confirm, and spiritual teachers have hinted at for centuries. But to use this word, to truly use it, you must understand something fundamental first. Most people speak to the universe in the language of lack. They wake up thinking, I don't have enough money. They go to work thinking, I need more. They fall asleep thinking, when will things finally change? And because the universe mirrors consciousness, not wishes, not complaints, not fear, it simply reflects back more of the frequency they were transmitting. If your inner talk says, I don't have, then the energetic echo returns as you still don't have. This is not punishment. It is simply the nature of vibration. So instead of asking, when will money come? We must ask, what frequency am I speaking from? Because abundance is not something you pursue. It is something you broadcast. And the universe responds to broadcast with breathtaking precision. Now, here is where it becomes fascinating. The human mind, conditioned by years of worry and survival, is often trapped in a cycle of trying to manifest, trying to think positive, trying to believe. But trying is simply resistance wearing a polite disguise. Trying reinforces that you are not yet there. Trying is a psychological admission of lack. But there is a way out of this loop, a way to speak to the universe with a frequency so coherent that abundance, material, financial, emotional, moves toward you effortlessly, because it recognizes you as a match. That way begins with the word I want to share with you. But first, I must prepare your mind to receive it. For a word without understanding becomes noise, but a word with understanding becomes power. Let me start with this. Energy does not respond to intensity. It responds to clarity. You do not manifest faster by shouting at the universe. You manifest faster by removing the static from your inner signal. And that signal changes the moment you shift the way you speak to yourself. Think of your consciousness as a tuning fork. Hit it with fear, and you vibrate at fear. Hit it with possibility, and you vibrate at possibility. Hit it with gratitude, and suddenly the world opens in ways that seem almost supernatural. And the word I will reveal to you is one that instantly shifts your tuning fork away from scarcity and into expansion. But before we arrive there, allow me to walk you into the psychology of abundance. If you truly want to attract money faster, you must understand why money is not merely currency. Money is permission. Money is freedom. Money is an amplifier of the energy you carry. If you feel small, money will amplify the feeling of smallness. If you feel unworthy, money will amplify your fear of losing it. But if you feel abundant before money arrives, then money feels compelled, almost magnetically pulled to meet you where you already are. This is why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. It is not luck. It is coherence. Their internal state is aligned with what they desire, and so what they desire has no choice but to align with them. So now, finally, let me reveal this word to you. A word so deceptively simple that many people hear it and underestimate its power. But those who understand its depth, those who use it consciously, those who embody it, begin to see wealth flowing toward them faster, not because the universe changed, but because they did. The word is deserve. Now, before your mind tries to rationalize it, feel it. Deserve. When you say, I desire money, the universe hears longing. When you say, I need money, the universe hears lack. When you say, I want money, the universe hears distance. But when you say, I deserve money, something extraordinary happens. Your energy changes form. Your frequency shifts. Your inner posture rises. You stop reaching outward and begin expanding inward. You stop chasing and begin drawing in. You stop pleading and begin claiming. The universe does not respond to need, it responds to identity. And the moment you declare, I deserve abundance, you tell the universe what to bring you, not as a wish, but as a match. Saying deserve is not arrogance. It is alignment. It is not entitlement. It is remembrance. It is not superiority. It is coherence. Because when you believe you deserve wealth, you are no longer speaking from a vibration of lack. You are speaking from a vibration of truth. Now, I want you to observe something. When you whisper to yourself, I deserve money, do you feel resistance? A tightening in the chest? A quiet voice saying, do I really? That resistance, small, hidden, subtle, is the very frequency that blocks your abundance. It is the residue of years of conditioning. Conditioning that taught you to be grateful for little because wanting more was selfish. Conditioning that taught you wealth belonged to other people. Conditioning that taught you your worth depends on struggle, on hardship, on proving yourself. But what if the universe never required struggle? What if the universe only needed you to speak its language? And what if that language was simply the vibration of deserving? When I say the word deserve, I am not talking about ego. Ego says, I deserve more than others. Consciousness says, I deserve because I exist. There is a profound difference. Ego separates. Consciousness expands. When you say, I deserve abundance, you are not claiming superiority. You are claiming truth. Because the universe is infinitely abundant. And if abundance is the nature of the universe, then deserving is simply your willingness to accept what already belongs to you. Wealth is not something you earn with stress. Wealth is something you allow with alignment. Now, let us go deeper. Imagine a tree. The tree does not wake up in the morning saying, I hope I deserve sunlight today. It does not ask the soil, am I worthy of nourishment? A tree receives simply because that is its nature. And you too are a part of nature. You too were created to receive. But humans, with their clever minds, often build invisible walls within themselves. Walls made of guilt, fear, shame, and unworthiness. These walls block the flow of abundance long before the universe ever has a chance to deliver. But the word deserve, it dissolves walls. It softens the barriers between you and the abundance that is already trying to reach you. And the moment you say it with awareness, money stops being something distant. It becomes something inevitable. Now, some people hear this and think, but isn't that too easy? And I always smile because the truth is, yes, it is easy. Manifestation is easy. Receiving is easy. Alignment is easy. What is hard is believing that it can be easy. What is hard is letting go of the psychological addiction to struggle. What is hard is accepting that life is not punishing you. It is waiting for you. So let me guide you into an experiment, a gentle one. Right now, whisper silently within yourself, I deserve abundance. I deserve opportunity. I deserve money. And notice what happens inside you. Notice the shift. Notice the quiet trembling of your old beliefs beginning to dissolve. Notice the frequency rising within your chest, not the frequency of wanting, but the frequency of allowing. Because the moment you speak from deserving, the universe listens with extraordinary attention. Now, let us explore the neuroscience behind this. When you say the word deserve, your brain does something remarkable. It activates neural circuits associated with ownership, confidence, and self-recognition. It quiets the circuits associated with fear, scarcity, and survival. It rewires your subconscious identity, and identity is the true architect of manifestation. You cannot attract what contradicts your identity, but you will always attract what aligns with it. If you identify as someone who struggles, wealth avoids you. If you identify as someone who receives, wealth approaches. If you identify as someone who deserves, wealth accelerates. This is why the word deserve is powerful. It shifts identity at the root. Now, here is something even more fascinating. Every time you declare, I deserve, your emotional frequency rises. And emotion is simply energy in motion. When your energy rises, the quantum field, which contains every possibility, every timeline, every version of your future self, responds in real time. People often ask, how fast can money come? The answer is always the same. As fast as you are willing to believe you deserve it. Money is not the goal. Money is a symbol of energy exchanged, of value recognized, of connection formed. And symbols don't come because you chase them. Symbols come because you embody what they represent. You cannot chase a reflection. You must become the one casting it. So, the moment you say, I deserve abundance, you become the source. The reflection, the money naturally follows. You change. And because you change, your world changes. Now, the question becomes, how do you use this word in a way that transforms your vibration so deeply that abundance begins flowing faster than ever before? So now that you and I have walked through the doorway of this word deserve, let us step into the room behind it. Because knowing the word is not enough. Using the word is not enough. What matters is the state from which you use it. The universe, you see, does not merely hear vocabulary. It hears vibration, energy, emotional resonance. What you speak externally must be matched internally. If you say, I deserve, but your energy whispers, I hope so, or worse, I'm not sure, then the universe responds to the whisper, not the words. You cannot trick the universe, but you can transform yourself. And when transformation happens, the universe has no choice but to meet you at your new level of being. So I want to show you now how to cultivate the inner posture, the inner harmony with the word deserve, so that your vibration becomes irresistible to abundance. Most people think manifestation happens in the mind, but thought is only the spark. Emotion is the fuel, identity is the engine, and vibration is the movement. When you say, I deserve wealth, I want you to feel what that means. Not mentally, but energetically. There is a version of you alive, possible, real, who already feels deserving. A version of you who moves through the world with quiet certainty. A version who does not tremble when bills arrive. A version who does not shrink in the presence of opportunity. A version whose energy says, before any word is spoken, I am worthy of receiving. This version of you does not strain, it does not beg, it does not doubt, it simply knows. And when you say the word deserve, you are summoning that version of yourself into the present moment. You are collapsing the space between who you believe you are and who you are capable of being. You are aligning with a higher expression of consciousness that has always existed, but was waiting for your permission to emerge. So when you use this word, don't say it quickly. Don't say it absent-mindedly. Say it slowly. Let it settle in your bones. Let it resonate in your chest. Let it echo through your identity like a bell ringing in a silent temple. I deserve abundance. Feel how your energy shifts. Feel how your posture changes. Feel how your mind pauses for just a moment because it is recognizing a truth that your old patterns had forgotten. This is not wishful thinking. This is vibrational remembering. Let me take you deeper into something that has been misunderstood for centuries. Scarcity is not real. Scarcity is a psychological construct, not a universal one. There is no shortage of abundance. There is only a shortage of self-permission. The universe does not limit you, the mind does. In the natural world, scarcity only appears when humans intervene with fear. A tree does not look at another tree and say, "I hope there's enough sunlight for me." The ocean does not say, "I hope there's enough waves left for me to make." Nature does not fear lack, because nature exists in alignment with universal flow. But humans blessed with imagination can imagine lack even in the presence of abundance. We worry about losing money before we even have it. We fear running out before anything runs out. We tighten our consciousness. We contract our energy. And in that contraction, deserving evaporates. This is why you must understand, deserving is not something you build. It is something you remove the blocks to. Every time you say, "I deserve abundance," you chip away at the illusions, those small inherited fears, those quiet beliefs absorbed from society, from family, from past experiences that told you otherwise. Deserving is your original frequency. Scarcity is the distortion layered on top. There is a profound difference between hoping for money and claiming abundance. Hope has a tremble in it. Hope has insecurity woven into it. Hope is a request. But claiming is a declaration. Claiming is a homecoming. Claiming is the vibration of someone who is already aligned with the outcome. And when you use the word deserve, you shift from hoping to claiming. Think of it this way. If you walk into a room and say, "I'd like to have a small place here, if possible," people glance your way with polite curiosity. But if you walk into a room with the quiet confidence of someone who belongs there, the room rearranges itself around you. Abundance works the same way. When you whisper, "I hope one day I'll have enough," the universe hears delay. When you whisper, "I deserve abundance now," the universe hears readiness. Ready people receive faster. Deserving people attract quicker. Aligned people manifest effortlessly. Here is the truth. The subconscious mind controls 95% of your energetic output. You can say affirmations all day long, but if your subconscious says not true, then your vibration contradicts your words. And vibration always wins. But the word deserve is unique. It bypasses intellectual resistance if spoken correctly. Why? Because deserve activates a primal psychological circuit, the circuit of self-recognition. I deserve, even if spoken, softly touches the deepest part of you that remembers who you were before fear entered the picture, before insecurity was learned, before society taught you to compete, compare, and diminish yourself. But to activate this circuit properly, you must say the word with emotional resonance, not mechanical repetition. Try this with me now. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your awareness in the center of your chest and silently whisper, "I deserve abundance." Now pause. Notice how the words echo through your body, not your mind. The resonance happens in feeling, not thinking. If any resistance rises, any tension, any doubt, good. That is simply the old identity dissolving. Do not fight it. Observe it. Let it melt. Because every time you observe resistance without reacting, you weaken its power and strengthen your alignment. Let me share a subtle but life-changing truth. You do not manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. This is why two people can want wealth equally, but only one receives it. The difference is not desire, it is identity. Identity is the vibration you carry even when you say nothing. Identity is the energy that leaks from your presence, your decisions, your expectations. Identity is the silent frequency the universe responds to long before you speak a single word. And the word deserve, when used consciously, upgrades your identity. Old identity: I hope I can make it. New identity: I deserve to thrive. Old identity: I'm afraid to lose what I have. New identity: I deserve more than enough. Old identity: I want abundance someday. New identity: I deserve abundance now. Do you see the shift? It is subtle, yet seismic, because the moment you shift identity, your energy changes. When your energy changes, your choices change. When your choices change, your reality follows. Identity is the magnet. Money is the metal. You do not chase the metal. You strengthen the magnet. People think manifestation happens during rituals, meditations, or morning routines. And yes, those moments are powerful. But the fastest shifts happen in the quiet, unnoticed spaces of your day. The small moments when the old self usually wins. For example, when you check your bank account, when you pay a bill, when an unexpected expense appears, when someone else receives a blessing before you, when an opportunity passes you by. These moments are the crossroads. The old you says, I knew this would happen. I never have enough. But the aligned you says, I deserve abundance, and abundance is on its way. This single shift rewires your vibration in real time. It prevents the spiral into scarcity. It stabilizes your field. It keeps you aligned with abundance even in moments that once triggered fear. Say deserve when nothing is happening. Say deserve when something small is happening. Say deserve, especially when challenges appear. And you will notice almost mysteriously that the challenges begin to dissolve more quickly. The bills get paid more easily. The opportunities reappear in new forms. The flow restores itself, because your energy is no longer in resistance. Remember, abundance does not require perfection. It requires consistency. There is something beautifully paradoxical about manifestation. You attract faster, not when you try harder, but when you quiet down inside. Trying has the vibration of fear. Quietness has the vibration of certainty. When you say, I deserve abundance, speak it from stillness. Feel the spaciousness behind the words. The spaciousness is where vibration lives. The universe does not hear sound, it hears frequency. And the quietest frequencies often carry the strongest signal. Money comes faster when you stop yelling at the universe and start whispering to yourself. In physics, a conductor is a material that allows energy to flow through it effortlessly. Copper conducts electricity. Water conducts sound. Gold conducts heat. But humans conduct vibration, and the fastest conductors are the ones without internal resistance. Every time you say, I deserve abundance, you remove resistance. You become more conductive. Opportunities move through you more easily. Ideas come faster. Solutions appear without struggle. People feel drawn to support you. Synchronicities increase. You stop forcing. You start receiving. You stop chasing. You start magnetizing. Deserving transforms you into a conduit through which abundance flows naturally. Now let us transcend money for a moment, because true abundance is not merely financial. It is emotional, spiritual, creative, existential. When you align with deserving, you begin attracting not only wealth but meaning. You begin receiving opportunities that feel aligned with your soul. You begin noticing pathways that were previously invisible. You begin meeting people who accelerate your growth. You begin feeling guided, supported, carried. Deserving is not about money. Deserving is about harmony with life itself. When you feel deserving, you stop shrinking from your purpose. You stop ignoring your intuition. You stop discounting your gifts. And the universe, in response, stops withholding the resources you need to fulfill your potential. Money comes faster, not because you chase it, but because you walk toward your purpose. Purpose is the true magnet. Deserving is its ignition. Before this script ends, I want to give you a practice. One that, if you use it consistently, will change your financial reality with breathtaking speed. Every morning, before the world wakes up inside you, Place your hand on your chest, breathe gently, and say, I deserve the abundance that is already mine. Not the abundance you hope for, not the abundance you someday desire, the abundance that is already yours in the quantum field, waiting for your alignment. Say it as if it has already happened. Feel it as if it is already true. Because in a very real sense it is. In the eyes of the universe, there is no future. There is only vibration. There is only now. And when your now vibrates with deserving, the field rearranges itself. It compresses timelines. It accelerates outcomes. It removes obstacles. It shifts probabilities. It opens doors. Money begins to arrive in ways that surprise you. Opportunities begin to appear without effort. People begin to support you without asking. Paths begin to light up without searching. Because the universe is not responding to your words, it is responding to who you have become. And you are becoming someone who deserves abundance. Not because you earned it. Not because you proved yourself. Not because you struggled enough. But because abundance is your natural state. Because receiving is your birthright. Because the universe expands through you. And now, as you walk back into your life, I want you to carry this truth with you. You do not to attract money by trying to be worthy of it. You attract money by remembering you already are. Deserve abundance. Deserve prosperity. Deserve opportunity. Deserve more than enough. Deserve without guilt. Deserve without fear. Deserve without hesitation. Because the moment you do, everything you want, everything you dream of, begins moving toward you faster than ever before. All because of one powerful word: deserve. And now that you know it, and now that you feel it, your life can never return to the vibration you held before this moment. You are aligned. You are receptive. You are deserving. And abundance is already on its way.